Hello, Professor Dr. Hong. Um, my name is Zengjiajia, and I'm very happy to share my research progress with you today. The topic of my research is Shenzhen Youth inmate relationship study through visual art therapy. In the following presentation, I will introduce the background, purpose, research questions, and methodology, and the preliminary findings of my study. Growing in Shenzhen, I have seen how rapid development has left many young residents feel isolated and unable to form meaningful connections. Visual art therapy offers a potential solution, providing a creative outlet to express emotions and explore intimacy issues. By studying these challenges through this lens, we can better understand and address the psychological needs of Shenzhen's youth. And its research aims by exploring the intimate relationship challenges of Shenzhen youth ages 22 to 25 in the urban environment, considering the impact of fast-paced lifestyles, high-pressure work environments, social change, and cultural diversity. We aim to foster stronger relationships and mental well-being among youth in Shenzhen through personalized engagement strategies and visual art therapy, offering insights and recommendations for policymakers, mental health professionals, and social service organizations. These are my research questions. The first one is what are the psychological characteristics of intimate relationships among Shenzhen youth? The second one is how to Shenzhen youth deal with problems in intimate relationships through visual art therapy. The third one is the most important one. Can visual art therapy effectively promote the construction of intimate relationships among Shenzhen youth? And what are the practical effects in terms of the emotion expression and rational pattern transformations? And what's more, I will use mixed research method to finish my research, and I reviewed existing scholar works, research articles, and other relevant sources to gain insights into intimacy, visual art therapy, and youth psychology through a literature review approach. The qualitative research methodology explores the subjective experience of Shenzhen youth on intimate relationships through workshops, interviews, focus groups, and participate observation, while the quantitative research methodology collects numerical data and analyzes the relationships and the trends among variables related to intimate relationships in order to gain a comprehensive understanding of the current status of youth intimate relationships and the factors influencing them. In the literature review part, I have two important findings. According to the eighth stage of psychological development, um, pro- pro- proposed by Erikson, 1998. It describes a psychological developmental tasks and challenges facing by individuals and the different life stages. The main target of this paper is Shenzhen youth ages 22 to 25 who are in the stage of emergent adulthood referred to by Erikson. The challenges of this stage is precisely intimacy and isolation, which is known as the stage of identity and role confusion. In the 2018, there were more than 77 million empty nester youths living alone in mainland China, with one-fifth of them located in the first tier cities of Shenzhen, Beijing, Guangzhou, Shanghai, according to the data. And you can see in the ranking cities of empty nester, Shenzhen ranked first with a 3.07 million empty nesters, and this group are facing intimacy issues. In the case study part, I researched three different types of cases: films, art, interactive installations, and art therapy workshops. And you can see I wrote out my findings for each. Here are some other cases references related to intimacy or art therapy. And the development of the visual art therapy can be divided into three stages. The initial stage began at the end of 19th century, observing the relationship between children's drawing and the psychic. The Middle Ages began in 1925, studying the psychology of drawing in patients with neurotic disorders, and the um, deepening stage began in the 1960s with the development of the integrative HTP test, which provided an important tool for clinical psychological diagnosis and treatment. And through the study of visual arts therapy, we will gain insight into the needs of development of young people in Shenzhen, this area. This approach not only allows them to express their emotions through art making, but also helps to understand and transform the pattern of intimacy that may exist. In 1940, John Buck developed the house tree person test. um, Participants are asked to draw three separate pictures: house, trees, and person. Each drawing is meant to present different aspects of the individual's psyche, and the HTP analyzes draw image to unveil how psychology treats intimacy patterns and family background impact intimate relationships, providing insight and interventions for individuals' psychological barriers. So I used the HTP test as a visual art therapy in my on-site workshop. On the 21st of February, I held this workshop at the Visual Space in Nantou City, Shenzhen, which is a place full of vibrant uses. I recruited 6 participants through online recruitment and invited a professional psychotherapist to participate in the workshop guidance. I interviewed each participant after the event, and they talk about their own experiences and feeling about art therapy. In the next phases, I plan to analyze workshop data and questionnaire responses, draft an initial version of the paper, refine it into the produce the final version, proceed with writing, design the poster, and ultimately complete the final report. And these are the references of my study. Thank you.